All right, so someone sent me this video. They were like, "Hey, you might want to talk about this," and I do want to talk about this because it's a very interesting video. So this is a video from the Joe Rogan Experience. You guys all know JRE. You guys know Joe Rogan, right? And he's been spending a lot of time talking about transgender wrestlers, and it's really starting to get out of hand, the amount of time he's spending personally to speak about this issue. It reeks of opportunism. It reeks of just weird obsession. It's like borderline obsession because the amount of time that he's spending is not a good ratio to the significance of the issue. And so on the issue of the transgender wrestlers, yeah, I think that there is a problem going down right now, but it's not one in which the main thrust of your entire being should be that. And there's obviously far, 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 far more important, things. And, what is this clip titled? Now, he actually titled this clip. It says, Joe Rogan, Donald Trump is going to win again because of crazy progressives. Now, this is actually from the official JRE Clips YouTube account, so that's the way that this is titled. It's absolutely hilarious. So, Joe Rogan, and they, for some reason, cut out the part where he's talking about the transgender wrestlers, which I don't understand why they did that, because that's the context for this clip. He's talking about that and saying, oh, well, progressives don't really stand for women because of that. And he actually admits there, by the way, he says it straight up. He says, I've been talking about that a lot. And it's because it's getting overbearing and really it reeks of opportunism. It reeks of just borderline obsession and just weirdness, man. It's just odd. So let's see what Joe Rogan has to say. What is his argument for saying that indeed Donald Trump is going to win because of crazy progressives? Let's check this out.
It's coming. Trump. That's why Trump's president.
That's what that is.
He's gonna win again.
Yeah,
He's gonna win again.
Who can beat him?
They're not gonna beat him.
There's no one who can right
He's
now.
gonna.
All right. So here's the thing is, right? So his statement there is Trump's gonna win. That's why Trump won. Transgender wrestlers, bro. Really, Joe? Come on, Joe. How much of a fucking stupid meathead could you possibly be, dude? Are you kidding me? That's your analysis of the Donald Trump election? The reason why Donald Trump won was because of similarities of issues like transgender wrestlers? That's why President Donald J. Trump is in office right now? It's not because of the Rust Belt and because the 3 states that fell for him that needed to fall, the 3 Rust Belt states, which if Hillary had won, he would have won the election. It's not because he advocated against NAFTA and told those states, the people in those states, that he's going to bring their jobs back. That's not the reason why. I'm here to tell you guys, it's transgender wrestlers. That's the reason why Donald J. Trump is president right now. And then the question of, oh, well, who can beat Donald Trump? No one can beat him. Psh, ha! Done so. Now, I'm actually on the record, and I will continue to hold this. There are a lot of people who are underestimating Donald Trump's reelectability possibility. Donald Trump can certainly be reelected. He is somebody who has a very good chance as long as it's some corporatist. So if it's your Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, even Joe Biden, maybe he's an exception. But I think he's going to tank once the polls, he's going to tank in the polls as time goes down. So Bernie Sanders would mash Trump. And Joe Rogan doesn't really talk positively about Bernie Sanders anymore because it's not beneficial for him. And doing clips like these are beneficial for him because then all of his dumb NPC fans who are right-wingers agree with him. And, he gets a real nice like bar and everyone's happy.
He's gonna win again. He's gonna win again because of shit like this. The more shit like this happens,
so then what's after Trump? There's another 4 years.
His son, Donald Jr.
Donald.
All right. So remember, one of the revelations of the Mueller report was actually that Trump himself had said that Donald J. Trump had the worst judgment in the world. I think that's like a verbatim quote, basically. But do you honestly think Donald J. Trump, the son of Donald Trump, is going to be the political heir of Donald Trump? Where did you get that from? Donald J. Trump is a weirdo and nobody likes him and he's just super awkward and weird. There's this picture where he's smiling with Ted Cruz and that is not a smile. He's literally doing some weird goofy face, but it's not on purpose. It's really weird. But again, man, this kind of meat-headed garbage, what basis do you have that from? You have it from none. And this is really hilarious. So what Joe does here is he goes on to tell some bogus story, and it's absolutely laughable. Let's check this out.
Donald Jr. was with a friend of mine. His name's Crispy, and he's a disabled veteran, or he's very able, I should say.
Yeah.
But he's a wounded veteran. He was missing. He had his leg amputated, burns over most of his body. Ugh. Super positive attitude, great guy. Anyways, he doesn't get political online. He took a picture with Donald Trump Jr.
Right.
And Instagram took it down for violating their terms of service. It's just a photo.
A picture?
All right, so right off the smell test, we know this is some bogus. Why would Instagram take down someone for just taking a picture with Donald Trump Jr.? Does anyone believe that? Even with, like, it just... If you've got 2 brain cells to rub together, right, you're on your last strings, right? Do you honestly believe, with a fully functioning brain, I don't know what Joe's case is, he smokes a lot of pot, do you honestly believe Instagram would just take down, in this case, what seems to be like, I don't know if the guy is popular or not, he seems just kind of be like some rando type guy. Why would Instagram take down his picture for violating terms of service? First of all, there's no legitimate argument of it or any sort of interpretation that it would have violated in terms of service of Instagram. But really, dog? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Are you really telling me that they did that? Again, man, this does not take much brain power. Just think about it for 2 measly seconds. This is his story. This is the meathead we're talking about here.
Of just
photo with
the president's son?
Yeah, photo with him and Trump Jr. just standing there. And they took the picture down.
That's,
like, what?
That's not.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a glitch.
Did they ever, when they do that, did they give you a reason? Or they just do what they want?
Well, he posted it on his, he sent me a direct message about it too.
Yeah.
I actually reached out to him because I follow him and he follows me. And I was like, is this shit real? And he's like, yup. And he's super positive about it. I mean, this is a guy who served our country too. And he's a great guy. Like his Instagram handle is crispy11b.
Okay.
Yeah, and he just put it up there, and they said that they got him for terms of service, and they took it down, and he put it back up again.
Good for him.
So this is the photo right here.
Let me see.
So he put it back up again, but it didn't get taken down again? I wonder why. Why is that?
When asked, Instagram says that they didn't do it. So I don't know.
They didn't do it, but who took it down then?
However, an Instagram spokesperson told Fox News the post was reviewed but was not deleted by the company after it found the post did not violate their standards.
But that's not true because it's missing.
Spokesperson said that there are a number of reasons a post may no longer be available, including the account holder deletes either the account or the post. He's saying he didn't do that, so it could have been something else.
So how can you, I mean, you can't prove it.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
They can lie
I know
to you.
that this dude is not an attention whore, and he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that and lie about it. That's ridiculous.
I mean, Instagram could be lying. And there's not really...
It could be a glitch, too.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's a fortuitous glitch that looks like a massive conspiracy.
Yeah.
But he said they sent him notice. It said it violated terms of service. So if he said that...
So he's okay.
Yeah.
That's what was said back.
Why didn't he take a screenshot of it? He should have taken a screenshot. If I were personally in that situation, I would have immediately taken a screenshot. That would have really been my first reflex in that kind of a situation. So it seems odd to me that there's no actual physical evidence of Instagram citing him for TOS. All that we know is that the post went down. We don't have any actual word or any actual evidence that it was taken down by Instagram. But we're supposed to believe it because Joe Rogan's fifis are very strong for this guy.
Back to it.
Pretty sure.
That's the screenshot you want.
Let me make sure that's what he said.
That says you violated something.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
I mean, it's just so weird what's going on now. Everything just seems so fucking preposterous.
Yeah, just like on Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah,
all that
so
stuff.
when you delude yourself into believing like batshit nonsense like this, like everything's gonna seem preposterous. So when you're believing dumb things like, oh, yo man, my friend's post, he just posted a picture with Trump Jr. and Instagram took it down, bro, for terms of service. They're coming after conservatives, bro. Like, yeah, when you say dumb stuff like that and believe dumb garbage like that, yeah, it's pretty, reasonable and rational to think that, yeah, most things are going to be preposterous in a world where you are dumb enough to believe that.
If it's something negative, I just, that's gone. I don't let people just start bashing me on that stuff. I just
Okay, here it is. Once I landed, I opened up Instagram and got a message that your post was taken down for violating Instagram guidelines. So,
But he doesn't have any actual evidence of it. That's just him saying it.
did he post that? Yes, he did.
Oh, there you go.
Wait a minute. Let me see if he did.
They're like,
Oh, he posted a thing saying it. Okay.
so look, so they're desperately looking for some actual evidence of it. Meanwhile, he says that he basically just posted it, like explaining in a text, like, "Oh, Instagram took down my post, TOS." But there's no actual like picture of it. Like, there's no actual picture evidence of it.
Here's what he posted.
Yeah.
It said, "Wounded veteran violated community standards by posting with Donald Trump Jr." He didn't post the actual notification, but he probably didn't even save it.
Right.
I don't know.
You probably should have if you wanted to give us real evidence.
Would you? Yeah.
I believe him.
Well, you're pretty fucking dumb then.
Believe him. I think
But
somebody.
you're right. It is a sad.
I think you also have overzealous employees. I think there's that too.
Yeah.
I think there's
It's a
probably
huge company.
Yeah.
Again, why is he so desperate to like find some rational? The other guy is so desperate to find a rationalization for this insanely dumb and unrealistic story.
I mean, you
Anybody could go
thousands of
rogue
people
at any
there.
minute and
Yeah.
just do whatever they want.
Oh,
think they're
well,
reading-
well, that's really convenient for your story. You know, for your totally bogus story, super convenient that there's there's a clear lack of evidence on the part of the person who has the burden of proof. And so in an attempt to kind of fill in that burden of proof, you go, well, you know what? There's a bunch of employees at Instagram, so who knows? Maybe one of them just went rogue and clicked delete. You know, that's definitely possible. That doesn't actually fill in any of the burden of proof. You're just kind of like lazily being like, I need to save my stupid theory that makes no sense and is a total bogus story to anyone who has two brain cells to rub together. So you know what I'm going to do and say? An employee did it out of a bunch of employees, you know, because that's really, really accurate, right?
dickpics and
I would say
DMs.
someone could have just been fucking with them on the other way around. Someone could have just flagged it by a bunch of bots that just made it disappear to get a
Jamie, credit to Jamie, by the way, definitely doing a good job, I think, of pushing back.
reaction like this.
Yeah.
That's all. It could be simple as that.
Can you do that?
Sure.
So if you just had a bot that
do
did
it right-
that,
I could do it right
but wouldn't
now.
Instagram review it manually before they
said
delete it?
No.
So
that
it could
have
just
been
be taken down.
It happens on other accounts where it doesn't get reviewed that way, and it just got taken down because it got flagged so many times. I don't know.
All right, so look, okay, to finish this off here, Joe Rogan's analysis is not only is it wrong, but the problem really lies within the lack of evidence for it, right? So you could be right about something in the end, but the fact that you lack any understanding, any general understanding, or, you know, actually providing any evidence as to why, you know, it's something that, you know, we can criticize. So if you get something right just by sheer luck, the fact that you did not provide any actual analysis, legit analysis, or any actual evidence can still be criticized. So in this case, a conversation about trans wrestlers turns into, this is why Trump won, you know, and Donald Trump's going to win again. There's nobody that could beat him. You know, Bernie Sanders, that old crazy guy, can't win back the Rust Belt state. That's for sure. You know, and who's the heir to Donald Trump? His son, and then he's going to keep winning. The guy who has the terrible haircut that looks like a total fucking buffoon, that guy is going to be the heir. And then you start giving us this bogey story about how, oh yeah, you know, my friend who's a veteran, you know, he posted a picture on Instagram with Donald Trump Jr. and Instagram took it down. Why would they do that? And, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I would have to see some serious proof there, and it seems like a total sham that's so convenient, you know? It really seems super convenient to the bogey sort of issue and opportunism that exists with this whole issue in the first place. So I totally call bogey on that whole story. It doesn't seem legit. And there's no actual evidence of it. Instagram denies it as well. And it doesn't pass the smell, the most basic smell test possible. It does not pass. And Joe Rogan's been disappointing a lot lately because I think he's tired of, I think he wanted a break from all the negative backlash that he got after the whole AJ thing and Jack Dorsey and everything. And so he's just spewing a bunch of dumb right-wing views to keep his fans happy, you know, to have nice dislike ratings, because whenever he criticizes Trump, he usually gets like a lot of dislikes, because a lot of his fans are right-wing NPCs. But to speak on the trans wrestling thing, he and people like Dave Rubin have found this as an issue to like latch onto as this like end all be all issue and that's like their entire world now. Joe Rogan cannot stop talking about it, by the way. He will not stop talking. If he goes 5 minutes without talking about it, I think he might pass away because, oh my gosh, like that's just too hard for him to do. But the proportion of the actual issue, in ratio to the actual significance of the issue, or sorry, the amount of time that he's spending on this issue, talking about it, and the actual significance of the issue is vastly different. And he's admitted himself, because if you watch the clip, which for some reason they clipped it out here, I don't know why they clipped out that the context of the original part. I don't know why they did that. It seems fishy in the first place. But I don't know. I really don't know what's going on here, because Joe Rogan is really truly being a classical meathead here.